Look at this sentence. Consider hell, where the souls of poor sinners go. To save them, God wishes... How would you finish that? More importantly, how would Jesus, St. Paul, the Bible, and 2 millennia of church history answer that question? The problem of how sinners are saved from hell is not some fringe teaching of Christianity. It is the central theme of the whole religion. And the Bible is completely clear-cut. Souls are saved from hell through repentance from sin and faith in Jesus Christ. And the Bible is devastatingly clear about distortions of this message. So next consider this argument. If A, a person or institution is rightly hearing the voice of the Good Shepherd Jesus, then B, they will prize the true gospel supremely highly and abhor distortions of it. St. Paul is a good example. He encountered Jesus himself, and the result was burning zeal for the purity of the gospel. And so it comes as a deep shock to find out that the Roman Catholic Church has officially endorsed the following words, said to be delivered to 3 children in Fatima, Portugal, by the Virgin Mary in 1917. You have seen hell, where the souls of poor sinners go. To save them, God wishes to establish in the world devotion to my Immaculate Heart. If what I say to you is done, many souls will be saved and there will be peace. Again, see the clear chain of causation here. If A, devotion to the Immaculate Heart is established in the world, then this will cause B, many souls will be saved from hell. This looks an awful lot like a distortion of the gospel. Now, Catholics deploy a strategy to get round this problem, and that is to claim that Mary meant something other than she said. Let's look at Cardinal Ratzinger's attempt to do damage control here. He said, in biblical language, the heart indicates the centre of human life. According to Matthew 5:8, the Immaculate Heart is a heart which, with God's grace, has come to perfect interior unity and therefore sees God. To be devoted to the Immaculate Heart of Mary means therefore to embrace this attitude of heart, which makes the fiat, your will be done, the defining centre of one's whole life. Even if Ratzinger is right and Mary meant by establish devotion to my Immaculate Heart, imitate my attitude of heart from Matthew 5:8, that still doesn't solve the problem, since it is still making salvation dependent on the works done by a third party, both of which are explicit contradictions of the Bible's teaching that salvation is an individual matter and works are completely excluded. So even if, on a charitable reading, Mary was implying devotion to my Immaculate Heart will bring about a pious spirit among the faithful, conducive to the salvation of others, that is still a denial of the gospel. Another escape hatch for the Catholic might be to downplay the extent to which the Church has endorsed these words. But here are the facts. In 1930, Bishop José Alves Correa da Silva of Leira Fatima declared the apparitions worthy of belief. This is the maximum level of approval possible for private revelation, and Rome later confirmed this judgment. In 1942, Pope Pius XII obeyed these very words of the apparition when he consecrated the world to the Immaculate Heart of Mary, explicitly referencing Fatima as the reason he did so. In 1984, John Paul II repeated consecration of the world to the Immaculate Heart. In 2017, Pope Francis canonized Francisco and Jacinta Marto, who had seen the apparition, holding them up as models of Christian faith, whose testimony about Fatima is not treated as anything but a true message from heaven. This is a massive problem for Roman Catholicism. Remember the arguments from earlier. If A, a person or institution is rightly hearing the voice of the Good Shepherd Jesus, then B, they will prize the true gospel supremely highly and abhor distortions of it. So if B is not there, we have good reason to think A is not there. It's like this. If A, it has rained, then B, my lawn will be wet. The lawn is not wet, so I have good reason to believe it has not just rained. The words of the Fatima apparition are as clear a denial of the gospel as it is possible to have. If the hierarchy of the Roman Church were rightly hearing the voice of the Good Shepherd, they would have immediately, categorically and officially distanced the Church from such false teaching. What in fact happened was the exact opposite. The reception which the words of the Fatima apparition have received in the Roman Church is good evidence that its hierarchy are, at the very least, not rightly hearing the voice of the Good Shepherd Jesus. This is utterly devastating for an institution which claims not only to be one of many which correctly hear the voice of the Good Shepherd Jesus, but to be the only thing on earth which every Christian can completely rely on to consistently and reliably hear and interpret that voice.